Have you noticed that your legs feel heavier lately? That getting up from a chair takes just a little more effort than it used to? You're not imagining it? And no, it's not just old age, it's a warning sign, a quiet alarm bell your body is trying to sound. Every week, I sit across from patients in their 60s and 70s who tell me the same story. They used to take the stairs. Now they hold the railing. They used to walk the dog for miles. Now they stop halfway. Some say, "Doc, I guess I'm just getting old." Let me tell you something as a doctor with 30 years of experience in elderly care. That decline, it's not inevitable. It's often preventable. What most seniors don't realize is this. Your legs are the first part of your body to surrender when essential nutrients run low. And the consequences aren't just weakness. It's losing your balance, falling, breaking a hip. And from there, the road back is steep, if not impossible. But there's good news. Your body is waiting, aching to bounce back. And with the right support at the right time, I've seen leg strength return in just days, not months. Days. If this sounds familiar, drop a 1 in the comments. If you're lucky enough to not feel this yet, type 0 and watch this till the end. Because what I'm about to share could help you walk freely, confidently, and even sleep better tonight. And if you believe your health still matters, hit subscribe and let's stay connected. Because you deserve to live long, live strong, and stay independent one step at a time. Number 1, the silent muscle killer. After 60, sarcopenia. Unmasked, let's not sugarcoat it. The condition that's quietly stealing your strength after 60 has a name: sarcopenia. It sounds medical, it feels invisible, but its impact, devastating. Sarcopenia is not just muscle loss, it's the gradual death of your independence. And here's the kicker. It often begins without a single symptom: no pain. No warning, no fanfare. Just one day. You notice it's harder to stand from a couch. A few weeks later, you feel winded after walking one city block. Next thing you know, you're skipping activities you used to enjoy. Then you're sitting more and moving less. This is how it works. After age 60, you lose 1 to 3% of your lean muscle mass every year. Let that sink in. That's up to 15% in just 5 years. And your legs, your largest and most relied upon muscles, are hit first. Why? Because your legs bear your entire body weight. They support every step, every movement, every shift in balance. And when these muscles shrink or weaken, even getting off the toilet can feel like a battle. Most people don't recognize it as a disease. They shrug it off as getting older. But here's the truth. Sarcopenia is preventable, even reversible. According to the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, older adults who proactively address muscle loss, especially through nutrition, report fewer falls, stronger mobility, and longer independence. Now, ask yourself, have you been eating right, but still feel weaker? Do you avoid stairs, not because of joint pain, but because your legs feel hollow? Do you find yourself grabbing furniture as you walk through the house? These aren't quirks of aging. These are SOS signals from your muscles, and they're begging for help. But don't panic, because here's the good news. I've worked with hundreds of patients who thought they were too far gone. All it took was identifying 3 specific nutrient deficiencies and fixing them with purpose. They didn't need to lift heavy weights. They didn't need costly therapy. They needed to listen to what their muscles were trying to say. So, what's draining your leg strength and how do we fix it? It comes down to this. Your muscles are starving. Not for calories, but for essential vitamins that your body no longer absorbs efficiently after 60. That's right, even if you eat well, age steals your body's ability to absorb what it needs. Low vitamin D3, low vitamin B12, low thiamine vitamin B1. And when these drop, so does your strength. In the next part, I'll show you exactly how these 3 overlooked vitamins control your energy, balance, and strength. But first, let me ask you, are you going to keep calling this normal aging, or are you ready to reclaim the strength you were never supposed to lose? Comment, I'm ready below if you're serious about standing taller again. Number 2, vitamin D3, the switch that turns your legs back on. Let me be blunt. If you're over 60 and your legs feel weak, stiff, or heavy, you are very likely deficient in vitamin D3. And this one missing piece may be the reason why your body feels like it's giving up. Vitamin D3 is not just about strong bones, it's a command center, a master switch. Without it, your nervous system, muscle coordination, and bone strength shut down slowly and silently. Why does this happen? Here's what most doctors won't tell you. After age 60, your skin becomes thinner. Your liver and kidneys, the two organs that convert sunlight into usable D3, slow down. And let's be honest, you probably don't spend much time shirtless in the sun anymore. The result: your muscle fibers stop firing efficiently. Your balance deteriorates, and you start moving like you're dragging a sandbag with every step. But you don't feel pain, and that's the dangerous part. D3 deficiency doesn't scream, it saps, until one day, you fall. A 2020 study by the Harvard Geriatric Research Center found that seniors with low vitamin D3 levels were 40% more likely to fall or suffer hip fractures. Meanwhile, researchers from the University of Birmingham saw leg strength improve by nearly 20% in seniors who took just 800 IU of vitamin D3 per day for only 5 days. Still think this is optional? Let me paint the picture more clearly. When D3 levels drop, the body can no longer absorb calcium properly. Muscles can't contract with full strength. Signals from the brain to your legs get delayed. Your knees ache, your feet cramp, you lose confidence in walking, and eventually, you stop walking altogether. That's not aging. That's a system slowly shutting down due to a simple vitamin shortage. Here's what I tell my patients. Fix your D3 and you'll feel the difference within days. You'll get out of a chair easier, you'll walk straighter, you'll sleep better. You'll feel like someone turned the power back on. So, how much should you take? For healthy seniors, 800 to 1,000 IU daily. If you've had a fall, feel weak, or have joint pain, up to 2,000 IU daily under supervision, take it after breakfast, with healthy fats like eggs, yogurt, or avocado. Since D3 is fat-soluble, never take it right before bed. It can disrupt sleep, and food alone isn't enough. To get 1,000 IU of D3 from diet, you'd need to eat 7 oz of salmon, 4 eggs, and drink 4 cups of fortified milk every day. Not realistic for most seniors. So yes, you need to supplement, but more importantly, you need to start. Have you checked your D3 levels in the past year? If not, ask your doctor. If yes, and they were low, comment. Low, D3 below. Let's bring awareness to this silent epidemic, because your legs don't need more time. They need D3 now. Number 3, vitamin B12, your nerve protector and balance restorer. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like your legs were fine until they weren't, like you're walking on pillows? Or that your feet are there, but somehow disconnected from your brain? That, my friend, is not just aging. That's vitamin B12 deficiency, and it's more dangerous and more common than you've been told. Vitamin B12 is the electrician of your nervous system. It wraps your nerves in a protective coating called the myelin sheath. Without it, electrical signals misfire. Your legs don't listen. Your feet go numb. Your balance disappears. And here's the shocker. Up to 43% of older adults in the U.S. have low B12 levels, according to the National Institutes of Health. Why? Because after 60, your stomach stops making enough acid to absorb B12 from food. And if you take acid blockers for heartburn or use metformin for diabetes, you're even more at risk. Now, let's talk symptoms. Burning or tingling in the feet, a strange buzzing under your soles, stumbling on flat ground, feeling like your legs are asleep, even when they're not. Still think this is nothing. In a study published in the Oxford Journals of Gerontology, seniors with B12 deficiency were twice as likely to fall within the year. They also walk slower and had impaired reaction times. One patient told me, "It feels like my feet arrive 3 seconds after I move." Here's what happens when you fix it. You start walking with confidence again. You feel the ground beneath you. Your legs respond instantly. Your memory even improves. Yes, B12 also supports brain clarity and mood. It's the vitamin of movement and mind. So, what do I recommend? For most seniors, 500 to 1,000 micrograms mcg daily of methylcobalamin, the most absorbable form. It comes as a lozenge, liquid spray, or sublingual tablet. Take it in the morning, not with coffee or tea. These block absorption. Pair it with a light breakfast for best results. Can you get it from food? Technically, yes, if you eat liver, beef, clams, salmon, eggs, and dairy every single day. Realistically, no. That's why supplementation is the smart move. And the safe one too. B12 is water soluble. If your body doesn't need it, you pee it out. But if you're taking metformin, acid blockers, drink alcohol regularly, or eat little animal protein, you must take this seriously. Now, I want to ask you again, do your legs feel slow to respond? Do you stumble over nothing? Are your feet buzzing at night? Comment B12. Check if that sounds like you, because this isn't a small deficiency. This is your nervous system waving a red flag, and you can restore it if you act now. Number 4, vitamin B1, the spark plug. Your muscles are missing. We've talked about D3, the switch. We've talked about B12, the signal wire. Now, let's talk about the fuel. Because what good is a car with strong parts? If there's no gas in the tank, vitamin B1, also called thiamine, is that fuel. It turns food, especially carbs, into ATP, the actual energy that powers your muscles. No, B1, no energy, period. And without energy, your legs don't just feel tired, they feel heavy, unmotivated, disconnected. I've had patients tell me, "Doc, it's not that I don't want to move. It's like my legs just say, no, that's not laziness. That's metabolic fatigue and it's real. And it's most often due to low thiamine levels. Here's why it matters. As we age, the body's ability to absorb thiamine drops, especially if you take diuretics for blood pressure or heart issues. Even modest alcohol intake, a glass of wine at dinner, can block thiamine absorption. And most processed foods. They've had B1 stripped out. Now, combine that with a low-carb diet. Or if you skip meals, and boom, your energy tank runs dry. What are the signs? Legs that feel like sandbags, even after rest. Muscle cramps in your calves or feet. Lightheadedness when climbing stairs. Feeling winded from short walks. Mental fog or loss of motivation. Low appetite, but no real cause. In a 2021 study by the Tokyo University of Medicine, over 30% of seniors had low B1. After just 7 days of thiamine supplementation, 82% reported better energy, faster walking, and fewer cramps. This is not small. You see, thiamine is vital for the Krebs cycle, the cellular process that makes ATP. Without it, your muscles don't just get tired, they shut down. And this isn't about just feeling better. Low thiamine has been linked to heart rhythm issues, poor digestion, nervous system disorders, emotional fatigue, and anxiety. So here's my prescription, 50 to 100 milligrams per day for seniors showing symptoms. It's water-soluble and safe, even at high doses. Take it in the morning. With your first meal, avoid taking it with alcohol, coffee, or strong tea. These interfere with absorption. Can you get it from food? Yes, but only if you eat a lot of whole grains like oats or brown rice. Beans and lentils. Sunflower seeds. Pork or organ meats. Let's be honest, most seniors aren't eating these daily. And even if they do, medications and age-related absorption issues make it harder. That's why smart supplementation with the right dose, at the right time, works. If you've ever felt like your muscles are saying, "I just can't," this is your wake-up call. Number 5, how to combine. D3, B12, and B1 for maximum strength. Knowing what your body lacks is only half the battle. The real power comes from using that knowledge wisely. Because when you combine D3, B12, and B1 in the right way, the results can be nothing short of life-changing. I've seen patients go from fearing the stairs to climbing them again without hesitation. Not because they got younger, but because they got smarter with their nutrition. Here's how to do it right. Let's start with timing, because each vitamin has its own rhythm. Vitamin D3, fat-soluble, best absorbed after breakfast, especially if the meal includes healthy fats like eggs, Greek yogurt, or avocado. Never take it at night, it can interfere with melatonin and disrupt sleep. Vitamin B12, water-soluble, ideal in the early afternoon between 11 and 2 till. Why? Because B12 boosts alertness and may affect sleep if taken too late. Avoid taking it with tea or coffee, both can interfere with absorption. Take it on its own or with lunch, vitamin B1 thiamine. Also water-soluble, take it in the morning, right with your first meal. Thiamine helps your cells make energy throughout the day, so the earlier the better. Pair it with the complex carbs like oatmeal or whole grain toast for best results. Now, let's talk form and dose. Many multivitamins contain these nutrients, but usually in too small amounts for therapeutic benefit. You need to check the label D3. Look for 1,000 IU minimum, or up to 2,000 IU if you're over 70 or recovering from weakness. B12, choose methylcobalamin, 500 to 1,000 mcg daily. B1, look for thiamine mononitrate or benfotiamine, 50 to 100 milligrams per day. Avoid any formula that bundles them with excessive iron or high levels of vitamin A. Both can cause complications in older adults if taken unnecessarily. Now, one more: key absorption and synergy. These three vitamins don't just work side by side, they amplify one another. D3 enhances calcium absorption, which supports muscle contraction. B12 sharpens the nervous system that sends signals to those muscles. B1 provides the energy those muscles need to move, recover, and stay toned. When you take all three, in the right order, at the right times, you're not just taking vitamins, you're rebuilding your foundation. You're waking up systems in your body that may have been asleep for years. Think of it like this: D3 turns the power on. B12 tells your muscles what to do. B1 gives them the fuel to do it. Together, they restore what aging tried to steal. And the best part? It doesn't take long. Many of my patients report noticeable improvements in just 7 to 10 days. More energy, stronger steps, fewer cramps, steadier balance. But consistency is everything. This isn't about popping a pill once and expecting magic. This is about showing up for your body every single day with the right tools. Because when your muscles are fueled, your nerves are connected, and your bones are supported, you don't just move, you move with purpose again. Number 6, emotional healing. Why this isn't your fault and how to reclaim hope. If you're over 60 and struggling with weak legs, poor balance, or exhaustion, let me say something that most doctors never say out loud. This is not your fault. You didn't fail. You didn't let yourself go. You weren't lazy. You weren't careless. You were doing your best with what you knew. And for most of your life, no one told you that muscles fade faster with age, or that your stomach would stop absorbing nutrients efficiently after 60. No one warned you that common medications like blood pressure pills or antacids would quietly rob you of B vitamins, or that spending more time indoors could leave you dangerously low on vitamin D. You were taught to eat healthy, take a walk, and listen to your body. But what happens when your body stops speaking clearly? What happens when the messages come in whispers instead of screams? Most seniors don't fall apart overnight. It happens slowly, quietly, one missed signal at a time, one staircase skipped. One walk was postponed, until one day, standing up feels harder than it should, and no one warned you that this was coming. That's why I want to remind you. You are not broken, you are not behind, you are not too late. Your body hasn't given up. It's just waiting for you to give it what it needs. And that's the beauty of this moment, because now you know that D3 helps your bones and muscles talk again. You know that B12 helps your brain and feet reconnect. You know that B1 fuels every step forward. And you know that strength doesn't disappear, it just waits to be reawakened. In my years as a doctor, I've seen people in their 70s and 80s come back stronger than ever, not because they ran marathons or joined a gym, but because they took ownership of their health and said, I deserve to feel good again. You deserve that too. You deserve mornings where you get up without groaning, walk where you don't fear falling, and days filled with energy, not anxiety. So, if today you feel discouraged, tired, or disconnected from the body you used to trust, take this as your turning point, because the problem was never that you were weak. The problem was that no one told you how strong you could still be, and you still can be. That's what this journey is about. Not perfection, not youth, but strength on your terms, freedom with each step, and dignity in every breath you take from here forward. So, no, this isn't your fault, but it is your moment, and you are ready. Closing words, reclaiming strength, one step at a time. There's something deeply powerful about choosing to care for yourself, not out of fear, but out of self-respect. Not because someone told you to, but because you believe you still matter, and you do. I've worked with thousands of older adults over the years, strong people, brave people who quietly carried the weight of aging with grace. But far too many were never told that growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. They didn't know their legs could get stronger, that their balance could return, that their energy could come back with the right steps. Now you know. You've learned that D3 lights the switch, that B12 reconnects the wiring, that B1 fuels the motion, and when they work together, so do you. You are not stuck, you are not behind, and you are not finished. You are rebuilding, you are recovering, and you are rising one step at a time. So, as you move forward from today, I want to leave you with this. You don't have to run. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep moving intentionally, gently, consistently, because every step you take in the direction of healing is a victory. And every small decision, every capsule of D3, every moment of movement, that's not maintenance. That's honoring your life. So, stand tall. Not because everything is perfect, but because you've chosen not to give up. Your story is still being written, and it deserves strength, peace, and movement. In the next video, we'll talk about 5 simple morning habits that can instantly reduce pain, boost circulation, and set your whole day on a stronger, calmer note. Because healing isn't a miracle, it's a rhythm. Let's help your body get back in tune. Until then, be gentle with yourself. Your next chapter can begin with one mindful step,